What kind of training can you do when you're trying to get your period back from hypothalamic amenorrhea? I'm gonna get into a little bit of that for you today. Hey pals! So it has been a long while since I popped on here. Honestly, starting a YouTube can be really discouraging because it takes a lot of time, not only for filming but editing. And if you're not getting the watch time that you're expecting or the followers, a lot of people end up falling off. I did fall off for a little bit, but it's been very, very encouraging, getting a lot of comments from you guys asking questions. And one of the most common questions that I have gotten was on my video regarding how I got my period back and how I recovered from hypothalamic amenorrhea. One of those questions was just regarding my fitness program or exercise program, or an exercise program that you can do while you're trying to recover from hypothalamic amenorrhea. So I'm gonna get into a little bit of that today for you. So I have actually still been bodybuilding when trying to recover from hypothalamic amenorrhea. I have managed to recover fully, and I still do weight training at least 4 days a week. So as I did mention in that video, it's a very long video. Recovering from hypothalamic amenorrhea does require a lot of factors. Obviously, one of the biggest factors being your fitness and your workout program. So one of the reasons that I lost my period for so long was because I was training 7 days a week, sometimes twice a day, very, very vigorous training for like 3 hours at a time. And that is a huge factor in losing your period. But another thing that I find is missed a lot is supplements and making sure that your body is properly fueled. So I do still go to the gym, I do still weightlift. I actually have gotten back into HIIT training, so high intensity interval training. And that was something that I did back when I was very, very lean. I did incorporate that again recently just through the winter, and I still have my period, have not lost it. So I would say a big factor in having your period still is actually just making sure you're properly fueled. So I've been eating the correct amount that I should be for my body and my fitness levels, and I'm taking all of my supplements that were recommended to me by my holistic nutritionist when I was seeing somebody just trying to help me get my period back. So I definitely recommend going back and watching that video over. I mentioned all of the supplements that I took in order to help me gain back my period, and I do still take them every single day. But I'm gonna get into for you a little bit on my personal training regimen and what I have done to help myself get my period back and what is actually possible for you. So obviously, yes, you can't train 7 days a week for 3 hours a day and expect to get your period back. That's just not realistic. And it's not realistic. As a human being, we need rest. We definitely need rest days. So I definitely recommend, number one is taking out a day. Say you train 7 days a week, take out a full day. Just take out a full day and have that a rest day. You're not training, you can go for a little bit of a walk, you can maybe do some light stretching, and making sure you're taking out a full day, honestly, just for rest. This is not a workout day, this is a rest day. Active rest is totally okay, especially if you're very, very, very into fitness. I know how hard it can be to take a full day of rest and just relax. Even me these days, I've gotten a lot better than I used to be when it comes to rest, but it is still very, very hard for me to take a rest day. I do still, on most of my rest days, go for a walk or do something semi-active. But making sure that you are leaving a day for your body to recover. That's super, super important, and it's so much more important than we realize. And then I set off another day just to do either yoga, Pilates. Incorporating an activity that is not only physical but spiritual can be very beneficial when you're trying to get your period back, just because it's extremely relaxing. So doing something that is calming for your body is super important. Again, this can be another day where you go for a walk out in nature. That is huge. So setting 1 or 2 days aside to be more of a rest day or spiritual activity day is super important. So I did 1 day, it was a full rest day. As I mentioned, I have reincorporated HIIT into my workouts, and it's actually still worked for me. That being said, that has been a long process of me cutting out a lot of exercise and then kind of reincorporating it. I have 3 leg days a week. I have 2 glute focused and 1 quad focused. I typically only do upper body 1 day a week. I actually find that if I do upper body too many days, or if I do weight training too too many days a week, then I will lose my period. So at the moment, when I was getting my period back, I only weight train 4 days a week, which for me is not a lot as compared to 7 days a week, like what I used to do. So I do 1 upper body day, or sometimes I will do 2 upper body days. I'll separate them maybe into back and buys one day, and then another day I will do like triceps, shoulders, kind of more accessory work. Through the winter, I've actually reincorporated HIIT training, like I mentioned. So I will do 1 back and buys, and then another day I will do HIIT training, and then I will do shoulders at the end of it. My upper body program is actually kind of all over the place, just because building my upper body isn't a huge focus for me. I naturally just genetically have a larger upper body, and it's very easy for me to grow my upper body, so that's not a huge focus. So it's really not important to me in my training regimen. I maybe train upper body 1 day a week, max 2 days a week, and then lower body I always train 3 days a week. That's the most important thing to me, because naturally my lower body is very, very small, so that has been a huge thing for me, getting into fitness and just seeing the progress and how much I have grown my lower body over time has what made me fall in love with bodybuilding and the gym in general. So I still train lower body 3 days a week. I do 2 glute days and 1 quad focus day a week, and I still have my period. I have still been weight training throughout this entire process and have managed to get my period back. So it is possible. It's definitely possible for you. Again, as I mentioned in my last video, it's different for everybody. So what might have worked for me might not work for you. You may have to do 2 days of weightlifting a week, and maybe Pilates another day, or maybe yoga 2 days a week. It's totally what works for you. The biggest thing is making sure that you're not doing too much strenuous cardio or too much HIIT training. When I first lost my period, I was doing the Kayla Itzine's bikini body program, and that is actually like high intense cardio, like 5 days a week. So doing programs like that, high intense pre-recorded video workouts, a lot of those are very, very cardio based, and they really get your heart rate up, and that's not good when you're trying to get your period back. A lot of weightlifting, you can actually do light weightlifting, which is actually very beneficial for gaining your period back. That is probably the biggest thing I would recommend. The best fitness for gaining your period back, next to yoga and light nature walks. Yeah, it's definitely possible to weightlift and still have your period and gain your period back. So again, as I mentioned, I weightlift 4 days a week, maybe 5. But if I do train weightlifting on that 5th day, it is a very light, or it'll be body weight, like upper body weight. And then I do 1 rest day, sometimes active rest, usually a light nature walk or going to the mall. That's a super easy way to get in some fitness and work out while not actually straining yourself. And then 1 day of yoga or stretching, something along those lines, something relaxing. And yeah, that's basically what my workout program is like right now. So if this video was helpful for you at all, please hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see some more videos from me. I actually will be doing some updates regarding my physique and my workout levels, because I do plan on cutting before the summer. I do enjoy testing my body when it comes to fitness and seeing where I can get myself while still remaining healthy and still keeping a period as a woman. So if you want to stay tuned and see updates on my fitness journey and workouts that I do and workouts that are possible for getting your period back, just hit that subscribe button, and I'll be posting more hopefully very soon. Thank you guys for watching, and take care.